It's the show with the hottest questions and hottest answers. I'm your host, Dr. Roland Steele, and today we've got an artist who turned pain into poetry, survival into song, and isn't afraid to let the scars show. You know her as Jayanna, but after today, you're gonna feel her. Let's get into it. Okay, Jayanna Sings. Let's get started. When somebody presses play on your music, just sitting in their car or alone in their room, what's the one thing you hope they understand about you that no TikTok caption or Instagram story could ever capture?
That I've just been through a lot of obstacles in my life, for real, and I've overcome a lot of things that I don't speak about. So today, I'm about to let y'all know. Yeah.
There's always a gap between the artist and the assumption. Walk me through the biggest misconception people have about Jayanna Sings.
That I'm like a ratchet, crazy bitch when I'm not. I'm really a sweetheart and I have a really big heart and I'm very generous. I will give you the last thing off my back. And I'm really hardworking. It just seems like I be outside a lot, but I don't. That's what,
Let's go back all the way to the childhood. When you close your eyes and think about your childhood, not the story you tell, but what is the very first flash of memory that comes up when you think of your childhood?
Abuse and fighting. With my parents fought a lot, and divorce, a lot of childhood trauma from that, I would say. That's the first thing when I close my eyes I get to thinking about. All the arguments my parents went through with each other and the throwing plates and all that, and I was a kid closing my ears. They talking about they cheating on each other, all type of weird stuff going on. Yeah.
What was your relationship like with your mom and dad? Was it different between the two?
Yes, absolutely. I feel like for me and my dad were really, really close at a young age. My mom was I'm not gonna say too much, but she had she went through a lot of trauma herself, so she kind of did things. It was, I'm trying not to say the wrong thing here, but she kind of acted out and it was a lot. It was a lot for me. My dad was my best friend and then they got divorced. And once they got divorced, my mom moved me to Kansas and it was just really traumatic because once I moved out there, I didn't get to see my dad, and she would keep taking me back from when I would have vacations and stuff like that to come see him in Minnesota. She kept taking me back from him, kidnapping me pretty much when it would be his time to see me. And it just really ruined our relationship because of how close me and my dad was. She knew that, and she still did that to me. And I felt like, yeah.
At what age did the little voice inside you go from everybody means well to, wait, I need to watch my back?
I would say probably in my teenage years when I was in the streets, when I got in the streets and stuff like that, around 17, because that's when I started to do things like stripping and all that stuff. You know what I mean? So I had to be aware of my surroundings with motherfuckers,
Okay. So let's switch up a little bit and talk about a different topic. We know that nobody wakes up one day and says, I have a mental health issue. There's a moment, a quiet, scary moment where you first realize something is a little different. Do you remember what that was for you?
I think maybe sitting alone in my room after one of my uncles he used to tickle me excessively until I cried. And weird stuff like that. And he would throw ice down my pants. Just weird stuff. Molesting. Asked me for a kiss on my day of prom. So I feel like at that time in my life, it was a scary moment for me. Right? Okay. Yeah.
ADHD gets reduced to squirrel memes and forgetting your keys a lot. What's the part of living with ADHD that nobody sees? The stuff that actually messes with your day-to-day.
The fact that our minds travel so fast. My mind be traveling so fast that I can't accomplish one thing at a time. I have to control myself and tell myself okay, take your time, it's not a rush, one thing at a time type shit.
What about anxiety? Is it a slow burn for you? A sudden punch? Does it live in your chest, your stomach, or your throat? Paint the picture
Where
of
else?
what it feels like.
Fuck yeah, that shit lives all up in me. The hell? The fuck? Everywhere I go, I just got in an accident recently, right? And my friend was driving the car. She went through a red light on accident. That's why it's called an accident. And I got hit by the grace of God. And I just see my life flash before my eyes. I have the worst PTSD from being in a car, because this is not my first car accident I've been in. My other best friend flipped a car with me in it, and I was the passenger also, and I had to witness her with her 5-year-old child in the back. And she flew from the front seat to the back seat, and I had to try to get her off of her 5-year-old daughter's neck because she couldn't breathe. And also we had a roommate who was in the back too. They were all messed up, and I had to hurry up and bust out the window to save them. I thought she was dead. It was a lot. It was crazy. So I got bad PTSD, and that's not even the only reason why, honey. But yeah.
Depression and loneliness often get paired together like peanut butter and jelly. Has that always been a package deal in your life, or do they show up separately sometimes?
At one point in my life, I was just like okay to be alone. Like I was always okay with being like an introvert and all that stuff. But like honestly, I have something inside of me that always wants people to be around me. I don't know if it's the Gemini in me or what, but I always need somebody to be there with me. You know, so I guess they do.
Have there ever been mornings where the thought of just swinging your legs off the mattress and getting up felt impossible?
Mm-hmm.
Not lazy, just impossible.
Yes, this morning. I woke up this morning, didn't want to do this interview. Just to be honest, right? I wasn't feeling well. I started having a panic attack, which I have easily, and I started to think too much and going crazy in my head, and I still pushed myself to do it because I know it has to get done. But yeah, it's you gotta push through everything, you know?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody chooses the streets for fun. What was the push? Was there something that broke, or was there something that disappeared in your life that made you choose to engage in street activity?
Honestly, it was about me in survival mode at a young age, trying to be independent, showing motherfuckers. I think it's the Gemini thing again. Like it's like, I can do this. Like, you know, I don't need nobody's help. We don't like to ask for help, and it just makes us go harder. So at the end of the day, I wasn't living with my mom. I went through a lot of stuff with her, abusive stuff. I moved out in with my aunt and uncle. That's where I was. I don't even want to keep going on that, but yeah.
You did exotic dancing at some point.
Okay, Vlad.
I want to know what was happening emotionally the week you first walked into the club.
I'm not going to get this job. And I walked in there and I started twirling my little ass around. I'm a little twirler. I'm not a pole girl, but guess what? I'm hustling. I'm going to get this money. And you know what? The dude said, "You've done this before. Yeah, you're hired." And then he was kind of racist to me because there were 2 other white girls that came in the job. And they had a weed pen and they were smoking it, and they told me about the weed pen and everything. And I'm just like, I knew to be professional before I got there, especially on my first day at the job. And it was a really fancy strip club out in Chicago. I'm not going to say the name, but if you know me, you know. And he goes, "Yeah, I almost wasn't going to hire you because you had smelled like weed." And I was like, that wasn't me. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot of stuff I was going through, man. That was messed up.
Would you call it a choice you made freely, or something survival wrote for you?
Survival, for sure. Never was the freely thing. If I had it a different way, I could, like, you know, if I could have grew up a different way, I would have, like, yeah, whatever. You know what I'm fucking trying to say. The fuck?
What's the one thing people get dead wrong about women who end up in that life? The stereotype that makes you angriest.
That everybody a hoe in the club. You talking about in the club, right? Okay. Yes, everybody in the club is not a hoe. Like I was saying earlier, I'm like, there's nurses in there. I met nurses. I met girls who are they don't drink at all. They're vegans that live just a completely like healthy lifestyle, but they go there to survive for their kids. And they know it's a fast and easy way to make money. And, you know, men pay for what they want. Shit. Y'all just mad y'all can't do it.
What did the streets teach you? A real lesson, not a movie quote.
A real lesson that life is always about survival, I feel like. You always gotta do something. Like, even us trying to make money every day working these jobs, it's about us surviving. If you're in the streets, it's about surviving, hustling. You know, surviving.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I could think of.
Is there anything the streets took away from you? Something you feel like you'll never get back?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna say what it is, but everybody knows. And that's the best way I can say that.
Can you tell us about the scariest situation you ever found yourself in?
Yeah. Okay. I sold my body at a young age, to be honest, for a few years. And I got raped in a hotel room. And he turned the lights off and he told me, don't move before we have an accident. I pissed myself. It was crazy. Like, I was like, please don't kill me. And the fucked up thing about it is I called my homegirls to come over there and I was shaking and all this stuff. And whatever, tried to find the guy, but it was just like, whatever. Anyway, I ended up hitting the lick right after that the next morning. Like, fuck, you still gotta get back to it. You just gonna be smarter about your decisions. I couldn't believe it, y'all. I was crazy. But let's talk about it. These bitches don't be talking about the shit they go through. I'm gonna talk about it. Let's get it off our chest. Next question, Tamika. Next question, Tamika.
As far as drinking and partying, it can feel like an escape. Mm-hmm. And it starts off as fun. Mm-hmm. Was there ever a point where it stopped being fun for you?
Yeah. I think every day is not fun for me anymore. It's just like I do it because I'm stressed. That's just my little excuse. And I'm gonna stick beside it. I can't take nothing serious, y'all. I'm having fun. Next. Can I get a refill?
When it comes to relationships, have you ever looked back at somebody and realized you didn't love them? You just loved that they looked at you affectionately and gave you attention?
Mm-hmm. The last thing I was just with. Next, because I don't even want to get into that. We got things to talk about right now, so. And he gonna see this? Oh, Lord. Next.
What type of men are you attracted to based on childhood or...
What type of men am I attracted to based on my childhood? I'm attracted to money-making men. I've always been attracted to hustlers, like rich men. Like, I'm not gonna lie. If you're not rich, not to be like that, but like, I just like a nigga with money because that's how I grew up. That's how my dad was. You know what I mean? That's how all the men in my family were. So I'm not gonna settle for nobody less than that. And I'm gonna always get what I want, if you know what I mean. Because I deserve it. And, you know, I go for what I want. So, and I'm not gonna stop until I get it either. And I always get what I want, so.
Some people are drawn to calm. Some people are drawn to fire. Have you ever been addicted to chaos?
Never was addicted to it. I think my life just was involved with it. Like, I've been surrounded by it my whole life, but I wasn't addicted to it. It's not like, oh, I'm chasing chaos every day. No. It just chases me, if you know? So.
What's one thing about love you had to learn the hard way? The kind of lesson that leaves a bruise.
That everybody really ain't gonna stay forever. Like, nobody will ever stay forever, you know? Everything's temporary. So that's why it's hard for me to really trust love sometimes. I want to believe in love. I mean, I do, but everything I've seen from my parents' divorce and just things I've seen my whole life, how the generation's going these days, people don't believe in real love anymore, I feel like. And I'm an old soul. I want that real old school love. I want that man to be the house. You know, I'm a housewife. You do what the fuck you gotta do. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. But you're not gonna put me down because, you know, I'm less than you or you're less than, I don't know. I just want that real love, like I said.
Do you feel like happiness scares you? Like, genuinely, when you think things are peaceful, do you start waiting for the other shoe to occur?
Ooh, I mean, yeah. Mm-hmm. Truthfully, sometimes. Because I think I chase happiness away. And then it's like, as soon as something toxic comes in my life, that's when I'm like, yes. Like, no. And I get put in these shitty situations with these shitty men and all this stuff. But it's my own fault. And I know that. I don't really give a fuck right now.
Accountability is a word that gets thrown around a lot. What does it actually mean to you in practice when you mess up?
That you just, you know, take accountability. Like, You know, I always know how to take accountability when I'm wrong. I mean, because I know I have a fucking attitude. I'm not perfect. Sometimes, yes, I can be a bitch and all this, but I'm worth it. So I'm like, I know how to take accountability because you don't want to burn bridges with people. You know what I mean? And you want to keep them genuine connections with. Taking accountability will go far, even though they know you fucked up. As long as you say you're sorry, they know you have a heart. At least you tried to make up for it, you know? So.
When did music stop being something you do and start being therapy to you?
It's been therapy my whole life. Oh, my first breakup, like I said, it was when I lost my virginity. I was 14, unfortunately, and he was 16. I was just so in love, and I remember when he broke up with me because I thought he was gonna be my life partner forever, y'all. I swear I did. And I wasn't into dating or anything like that, so that's why it meant so much to me. Like, damn, I thought this person really loved me. Came to my mom's house. She made dinner for him. My mom was super strict, so that was never something that she would do. He ruined her table and everything with his belt. And when he broke up with me over the phone, and I started crying, and I started to sit in my room and listen to Adele. Just listening to her, like, I forgot what the song was, and it helped me get through my breakup. Like, I was like, fuck him afterwards, you know, but she really helped. So that's when it became therapy for me. I knew that was something that could really help change your life. Music really can change your life.
When you sit down to write, what emotions are usually in the room with you? Anger, grief, relief?
I think all of them. All emotions. I put every emotion that I feel into my music, and I put a lot of soul and pain, and I hope you guys hear that, because the things I can't express, I can't get out, I put it in my songs. And the things that I don't like to talk about, I put it in my music, about my kids and things like that, because I don't like to go over it, but we just gonna get it off the chest. Okay.
Percentage-wise, how much of your music is true story versus fiction?
Everything is true about my music. Everything that I write is about me. Or that I've ever had anybody write for me is about me. I don't write things that I don't, because I can't even get into that mode of music if it's not something I haven't just been through or going through at the moment. Yes, I could put myself in someone else's shoes and write for them, like if I wanted to, but that's just not what the fuck I care to do for my shit. I'm writing about myself, yeah.
What song hurt the most for you to write?
Giving up. I said I'm giving up, I don't want to take. And I actually freestyled that. I didn't even write anything to that.
What is that song about that made it difficult to write?
Just the fact that I'm telling you in the song, I feel like giving up. I feel like dying. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I literally feel like I want to die and give up. And I'm showing you me getting abused and the mental abuse, like the man yelling at me in the video. He's saying, do you think they want to come home to a mom like this? And that is something that I experienced with my baby father before, stuff like that. So yeah, that type of stuff.
Which song is your favorite? Not the biggest hit, but the one that feels most connected to you.
The new one that I just made. The three newest songs that I just made, those are my favorites. I don't care about the other ones no more. I love all my music, right? I love my own music, but once I hear something that I know is just better, and that this one is just like, I don't know, it's just so angelic and R&B, and it's flowy, and it's me, and it's for the ladies, and it just kind of tells you, like, we're not perfect, we go through some things, stuff like that. It just, yeah.
And what is the name of that song?
That I failed to mention.
Do you believe pain is connected to creativity? Like, if you were truly happy all the time, would the songs still come out as good as they do?
No, I don't, because if you were so happy, I don't know, I feel like it would just be fake. You know what I mean? I think it's more authentic if you really went through pain and,
If nobody was listening, no streams, no shows, no validation, would you still make music in your bedroom at 2 in the morning?
I don't do it for them. I remember when I was younger, I used to, don't take that, y'all. Y'all still want to get paid. But when I was younger, I used to be like, I don't care if I ever get paid. I just want to sing. You know what I mean? That's just how I used to be. I used to sing in every talent show, every wedding, all of my family, everything. Like at the state fair in Minnesota. I auditioned for The Voice when I was 15. I've done a lot of stuff, but I didn't make it. They were jealous because I'm great, okay? Way better than those other two. And they didn't even make it all the way, so whatever. But yeah.
With your new project, what are you trying to say that you haven't said before?
That I'm damaged. That I've been damaged for a long time, and I just want y'all to feel me on that. Like, you know, just kind of feel what I've been through. I don't know, I just want the ladies to relate to that, you know? I don't fucking know. It's a lot of things I'm trying to say. I'm really just trying to get my story out there. I don't really care about the other stuff. I'm just trying to tell y'all authentically who is Jayanna Sings. That's what I'm doing. It's not even about nobody else, for real, for real. This is about me. I'm being selfish this time.
What cycle, family, emotional, or relational, are you determined to be the one who breaks?
I think people judging. Like, my family's so judgmental. And I'm just like the girl's like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care about what you think about me. You know what I mean? That's why I'm a black sheep. I have Poppy Loner tattooed on my face. Like, and people keep telling me, oh, you should get it covered up. But I got it for a reason, because I felt alone, and I wanted to express myself. And that's how I take care of my pain too sometimes, is just getting tatted up. So yeah. Clap that tea.
What would surprise people the most about the woman you're becoming right now?
That I'm more patient with myself. And I try to think more about my decisions before I make them. Like, I just get up and do something. I used to just like get up. I do like, like to go outside sometimes to a bar or whatever, but I don't like to put myself in all the dangerous situations. I done been through so much. I get scared to walk down the street. I get scared to take the trash. I'm scared of everything. Like, for real, little do you know. So, yeah, I'm more patient with myself.
5 years from now, when you watch this interview back, what do you hope it represents? What do you hope the younger version of you would feel about how you are 5 years from now?
That I did it, and I'm still going, and I still stay strong. I'm still making music. I didn't give up on myself out of all the trauma and abuse and everything and the rumors. And if you don't hear it from the horse's mouth itself, baby, don't listen to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me tell you who I am for myself. And I just wanna, I can stay consistent. That's it.
All right, Jayanna, microphone is hot and the cameras are rolling. The whole world is listening right now. Forget the singles, the image, the filter. What do you want every single person watching to know about you?
I'm a bad bitch, the fuck? Hello, and I'm about to take the fuck over. Hello, I'm in this bitch, and I'm here to stay. The fuck, I'm gonna be performing, I'm about to be doing shows, just stay tuned, that's all I can say, okay? It's my season, and it's Gemini season at that, so you already know what the fuck going on.
So with your new music, do you have a working title for your new project?
You know what, I do, but I'm not gonna tell you guys right now, because I'm indecisive between, like, a few decisions, so yeah.
Okay. Well, our viewing public would love to hear a little sample of what is to come. Can you give us a little a cappella sample of something that they might hear on this new project?
Yeah. Maybe I'm the problem.
Always giving too much love, trying to heal everybody while I'm breaking up. Maybe he the problem, never saying what he means.
And that's all you getting. You thought you was gonna get the rest, but you gotta pay. Come on, download my music, stream it. What's up?
That is amazing. Thank you for your time, Miss Jayanna Sings. We really appreciate getting to know you today. Do you have any last words for your audience?
It'll never be the last word. This is only the beginning, baby. And I'll see y'all later. Stay tuned. Bitch, I'm out. Mwah.